Howdy, howdy. How's it going? We got Sunday here. Was it March the 11th, I want to say? Terrible on dates. Just got home from band practice. I clean up a bit here while I was chatting with you fine folks. Leftover stuff from previous repairs and stuff. How's everyone doing on this Sunday? Still pretty cold here in my neck of the woods. I don't know about you guys. Excuse me. Yeah, we did a 4.5 hour practice today. Basically played everything we haven't played in the last few weeks leading up to our last gig. So we played all the Rusty stuff today, and then we played all that material, and then we played a few of Rich's original songs as well. It was a fun time, so got in the door and decided to hop on, say hey to you fine folks. Garbage a lot closer. Hey, David Ennis is in the house. Good to see you, brother. Jeez, we got 5 people watching already. Awesome. I was curious. I figured I'd clean off the workbench because if we happen to see R2, R3 locking nut in the house, I think he had a question. Hey, Dry Heat's in the house. Tainaka's in the house. What's going on, guys? Simon Williams. Yes, I was thinking of Simon. I was thinking of you on my way home because I thought I can't remember what time exactly it is there since we just had our time change last night. Of course, have insomnia and early band practice today. And I mentioned R2, R3 the locking nut because he had a question about string binding in the nut slot. I thought that's something we could talk about. So yeah, other than that, pretty much most of the repairs are up to date. I don't feel like getting into anything after practicing a whole bunch. Everyone's saying hey to each other. Good to see you. Tone Bolts is in the house. Tone Bolts, you got that Charvel back together, did you not? It's 9:50 p.m. All right, what is it here? 5:50. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. I was thinking before it was 6 and now 5, but 5 now 4. Hey, why not? So yeah, what else we have going on? Richie and I got out to the Kingston location of Arden's yesterday. Shot some gear reviews. Hey Ben, I use a Line 6 Flex Tone 3 and want to switch to a tube amp. Any suggestions for a reggae rock musician? Fender Blues Deluxe reissue. They retail for just over $1,000 Canadian, 40 watts, 112. If you want to go bigger, like a half stack. Good question. Let me think on that. So the PV stuff's nice, affordable. Fender, can't go wrong with Fender. Vox, I like Vox. I'm not big into the heads and cabs these days, just because it's too big to move around. I think Vox or Fender, but I want at least 2 12s. Yeah, Vox AC30. Loud as Jesus, or you know, Fender Twin or something. I always thought I liked the 212, but honestly the 112 works great. Or ideally, I wouldn't mind having a 212 cab, and then you could just run basically any lunchbox head you'd want. So that is an option. Yeah, that's what I would go with. Vox, Fender, I love that stuff. That's what I play. Just keep looking down because my amp's right there. That's about the only thing I still have here. I left my pedal board, my accessory case, left a guitar over at Richie's. Play a lot of clean reverb with an overdrive. Yeah, Fender, tons of headroom, so you never run into that problem. But the Vox is great, has a nice breakup to it. Just get something with an awesome clean channel. Exactly. Something with lots of headroom. That's what I find, because nothing worse than, you know, you think you're okay for headroom. You got your gain structure set up, so your tone's perfect, you get to do your little lead break. You hit a lead boost you use that normally brings you up a few decibels, and nothing happens. If anything, you get quieter, just because your sound compresses because you've run out of headroom. And you just slam the front of the amp harder, and all it does is actually get quieter. Yeah. Bob Marley played a Fender Silverface Twin. Yep. Yep. So, good question though. Excellent. Excellent topic. So yesterday, any of you guys Stratocaster fans out there? I'm curious. Anybody like Strats that's watching? Oh, one of the cats walking around outside. Just curious. So I don't know if you guys had seen, but the new... I love these kinds of conversations. Oh, exactly, Tyler. The new Eric Johnson Stratocaster everyone's talking about. If you caught my our Thursday show, Canucks with Guitars, the big show, we showed off a Sunburst Strat, or the Sunburst version of the Eric Johnson Strat. So it'll be up within a few minutes of me finishing this. It's sitting there. I just have to do a couple of things on my channel before actually just setting it to public. It's uploaded already. We review the Eric Johnson Strat. Yes. Along with the Brad Paisley Telecaster, or the latest Brad Paisley Telecaster. We decided to grab two of the finest guitars in the place and show them off, or review them for you fine folks. And man, that Paisley Tele, I tell you, amazing. Had a Jap Strat for 30 years. Simon Williams says, that Fender Japan stuff is just awesome. Just awesome. Just catching up on the chat there. Yep. Yeah, it's good to hear Tone Bolts. You got that Charvel going. That's a pretty crazy thing. Yeah, we reviewed the Strat. It was funny, I was talking with Richie on the drive home because the store we went to review the products. Hey, there's R2. R2, R3 locking jump. Yeah, saw the EJ Strat, looked beautiful. Yeah, played pretty good. We'll have that review up. We also reviewed, the shop we went to is 100 kilometers east of me, which is 65 miles, but I had to drive 10 miles the opposite way to pick up Rich. So yeah, put a couple 100 miles on the car yesterday, tooling around. Of course, in the process, we also stopped by one music store to pick up a speaker Rich got in. He got a new Eminent speaker for that little custom amp that he has. And while we were in Kingston, hooked up with a guy he met up with on Kijiji, which is like Craigslist, type thing. And bought a Joyo Ram's Head pedal with an octave in it as well. See, okay, electronics wiring makes me sound better with the guitar. Yeah. And Ty says he wants the Ibanez Gem. Well, of course, everybody wants an Ibanez Gem. How could you not? Things are amazing. It's a monster guitar. But R2 or R3? Question for you, sir. Weren't you asking a while back about strings binding in the nut? It was interesting. Dry Heat was saying not sure about an F-hole or thin line Strat. I will tell you one thing. It actually weighed more than that Paisley Tele. Paisley Tele is what do they call that stuff again? It's one kind of wood and it's got spruce top and back. So let's reposition this. Hollow body electrics are so classy looking though, Ty says. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, I think you guys can see that okay. So somebody, I think it was R2, R3 Locking Nut, was saying, when you're tuning your strings, you're tink tink, you get that binding in the nut. He was asking, an easy fix. Honestly, let's say G string is the one that's bad. Just back off the tension. Grab yourself some very fine sandpaper. This is a 1500 grit. Cut yourself off a little piece. Fold it so it's on, you know, smooth side in. And because it's fine, you're not going to chew up the nut slot, but leaving the string in the slot, just run it through a few times. And basically, because you don't want the slot too much bigger than the string gauge that you use. So by doing this, you're just making it fractionally wider. You just run it through a few times. I still haven't cut this slot down from when I did the... Does the F-hole mean more feedback? No, the F-hole, because it's not a full hollow body, it's just chambered along the top. So it's more like a 335 where you still have that solid chunk where the pickups are. So it wasn't too bad. Plus we didn't play it overly loud. Although I think Shane from In the Blues would be happy because it just happened in the lesson room we chose. Let's see, R2, R3. Yes, Ben, I replaced the nut with a graphite nut. Oh, let's bring that back. Come on. I think the slots are cut too high. Or, yeah, they're not deep enough. Yeah, you do have to cut them a bit. They're not bad. Like this one, because I didn't take enough material off the overall thing to drop the nut down lower, I will be cutting these slots more. And then I'll take some material overall off the top too, so they're not big and bulky. Because I like the nut to be as small as possible. So yeah, you just run some sandpaper through it. And there we go. Just like that. Oh, thanks for the thumbs ups, guys. Love them. They do help out. They do help out. And if I haven't mentioned it already, don't forget, yeah, hit the little thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new to the channel. I like to make it sure that bell looks like it's ringing so you know whenever we post content or go live so you don't miss out on the fun hanging out with the rest of the fine folks here. You know, the majority of the stuff on this channel is done live. So that way you guys can be as much a part of the channel as we are. And we encourage any and all feedback. And on that note, we still have our contest going. And, you know, we're giving away a bunch of, we got some Fender catalogs, Earthquaker, that comes out, stickers, well, not all these because one of these I'm keeping. A stack of stickers, brochures, and any other little knick-knack paddywhacks that we got laying around. See how that goes. You know, we're going to run that for a few more weeks anyways. We got our merch store open if you're interested in the Connects with Guitars logo on a piece of clothing. That got launched a few days ago. T-shirts, long sleeve shirts, hoodies, jackets. What else? Bandanas for your dogs. All with our Connects with Guitars logos. Like you guys have seen my avatar, you know, that's the logo. It's white on whatever color shirt right now. I need to do a black one up so that we can get some coffee mugs. I've been asked about coffee mugs, so gotta get those out. So, but we need a black logo because the site that we put them on only have white mugs. So, you know, white doesn't show up too good on white. So we got that going on. That was fun. Yeah, I think I launched that on Friday. Yeah, let's go with Friday. The site is spreadshirt.ca or spreadshirt.com. It's the same one our friend Joe Wentz uses, and I think everybody uses. So just go on there, do a search for Canucks with Guitars. I think one shirt comes up, but if you click on that, you'll see like related items and see all kinds of other stuff. Hey, Dry Heat. So yeah, got that launched. I think I was our first customer because I ordered a bunch of stuff because, hey, I want some Connects with Guitar stuff. You know, had a few people ask about it, one of which I haven't seen in the chat yet. One of the usual suspects you guys know and love, Mr. Bruce, Mr. BHB. Ooh, dropping stuff. You guys haven't seen that before. It's the Mockingbird. We did the Man, that thing's still getting hits. I think people are just laughing because of the amount of screw-ups I did on it. I swear. I still haven't got around. I've been so busy, I haven't got around to cutting the nut down again yet. So, what are we doing on time? Oh, 15 minutes in. Too thick. Too round. So we have the right file here I'd like to use. It's still way too wide. Mockingbird is holding up good, R2R3. I haven't been playing it a whole lot. Partially because I haven't really cut this, the nut slot down. Might as well look at the thinnest slot. Hey, Jim Guidry's in the house. Oh, that's just going to sit on top. I got so much gear stashed around this place. That's what you heard just sliding down a moment ago. Ah. Using that edge right there. Just take your time. I'm in absolutely no rush. No, it's still too thick. I'm gonna have every bloody file out of here before I find the one. Oh yeah, there we go. It's like a knife edge. You guys see how thin that is. Oh yeah. Right. I don't feel like doing that right now because precision, after trying to read chord charts and lyric sheets all afternoon, my eyes aren't what they normally are. So yeah, just gives you an idea. So I got a set of needle files and so yeah. Oh, intonation is out on this thing still. Then again, it's basically been sitting, the string stretching, so I'm gonna grab something else to just noodle around on it. And believe it or not, that Mockingbird hasn't, I just got that a few weeks ago, but I basically got put to the wayside. Kind of playing Whitey so much. Hey, you guys know this one. Oh, sit down for a minute, man. Like I say, it just got in the door and went live basically right away because usually I try to get on about 4:30 Eastern, and I knew band practice was originally supposed to go from 1 until 6, but we ran into material by 5 o'clock, so I hurried on home and hit the old go live and what else did we review yesterday? Yeah, we did those nice guitars. Reviewed 2 offerings, the latest offerings from Fender and their pedal lineup, their overdrive and their reverb. Holy moly, are those pedals awesome. Yeah, love those. Check that out. And then we did 3 pedals from Outlaw Effects. If you're not familiar, they make a line of a micro-sized pedal. Canadian company. We tried out one of their compressor, an overdrive that was kind of like a tube screamer with an extra mod, and a delay. No, delay? Reverb. Combination reverb and delay. See, I don't remember. Literally, we were just rushing around. We got into place and we shot the last out. We got there an hour before they closed and knocked out 3 videos in an hour. Which is not bad with setup, and we had to tune the guitars, and even then they were going out of tune because the strings were so new on them. But it was really cool. I messaged the owner of the company because he lives down near that location. I messaged him earlier in the day, and I hadn't heard back. And since I was driving, I wasn't checking my phone, and I never did hear back. And then we walked in, and he was there along with some employees, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, I just read it. Awesome. We're waiting for you guys to show up. Anything you need is yours." You know, we're like, awesome. And it was funny. There was some customers in the place. We just come out, grab guitars off, you know, go back into one lesson room. What else did I play? Oh, I played a nice. I picked it up just for the color. Isn't that terrible? A little race green was the color. Telecaster, a little Squire Telecaster, maple or rosewood fretboard or whatever close to rosewood, because I don't think Fender uses rosewood anymore. Rosewood looking fretboard. And this race green. Oh, it's cool. And then Richie was playing an art line or art core line, Ibanez Les Paul looking thing. Yeah, Phil McKnight reviewed those pedals last week. Hey, our Metal Stage podcast in the house. Hey, Center. Yeah, my fingers are sore after playing for 4 hours already. Wow. But of course, you start talking guitars, you got to have a guitar in your hand. You guys know how it is. Y'all know how it is. I know you know. So, yeah. I'm going to tighten that up. I always find there's always something, you know, you pick up a guitar and it's just, you always, oh yeah, there's something. Yeah, actually, there's something I do need to customize on this one. Is I got to replace the pickup ring. Because I do a custom thing on all my Les Paul style guitars, and that's I replaced the pickup ring with one of those spacers you would use on an old 45 RPM disc. You just have to modify them to be able to fit around the switch shaft. So, yeah, it looks kind of cool. I'm just trying to think if I got a guitar around. Yeah, actually. I think I have one still on a guitar. Of course, you get rid of a guitar and you have it on and people are immediately, hey, can you leave that on? Oh. This is a project that got put on the aside because the tuners that we use on the white custom were supposed to go on this thing, and I gave away the old tuners for it. So it's sitting waiting to be drilled out. It started out life as a Epiphone 57 Les Paul tribute. Missing the pick guard because Rich traded a guitar and the guy insisted on getting a pick guard with it. It was originally a gold top, which I think you can still see some of the gold. Yeah, there you go. I just I'm not a fan of gold tops, I'll be honest. So without priming it, like preparing the surface, I just shot some white primer over top of it. As you can tell, it's already coming through. And that was fine with me. I'm assuming the bridge and tailpiece are in there somewhere in the case. And this was a protest thing for a bill that we didn't want to pass provincially. Can't wait to send you that 59 pickup. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, R2, R3, locking out, sending me the Duncan 59 neck pickup. What's that? Oh, I suppose I should put that back on the Mockingbird at some point. Yeah, so 57 Tribute, built in Korea. It was in rough shape. So, yeah, as you can see, I do that to my guitars. Just throw one of them on. I don't know. The neck's been sanded several times. I just keep taking more finish off every time it's, you guys know. I take it down, a gloss down to make it more of a satin finish. Like you can see up in here, super nice, smooth. Then when it starts to get a little grubby, I'll sand it a little more, and I was gigging with this pretty good last year, and I just love the way that's just trace amounts of the stain left. And so yeah, we don't know what we're gonna do for top yet. Richie and I have a few ideas what we're going to do, and we're just going to leave the gold under the white and then just keep going on top and stuff, and this might come through. I might shoot a bit of white over that. I don't really care. Or maybe I'll just sand it down and have the gold still coming through. But yeah, it's been played a bit, as you, I don't know if you guys can see here, the white into the gold into bare wood. I can't, let me think. I think I got this off Rich. Oh, there's the hardware. Awesome. Yeah, I got it off Rich for a deal. Because it was a bit long in the tooth, and like the frets are pretty flat. It had been played a lot, and he played it. And like I said, I wasn't a fan of gold tops, but it played so nice. You may have seen it has one of the pickups turned around in it, and it does make a difference, guys. A little bit different mojo. I don't have my laptop with me, so blowtorch it. Yeah. We're thinking I might do like a super high sparkle, like a Gretsch type finish on it. You're just way over the top, like a lemon gumdrop, yeah, you know, like that. Really nice, thick, ton of sparkle in it. I don't know. Nitro, of course, so it'll check and everything else. So we don't know, but it's been just put aside because I keep getting so much stuff coming in, and I don't play all the stuff that I have, right? You can only gig with so many. Well, I suppose when you play 4 sets and you could easily and not look like a dirtbag, switch guitars out during each set, so 8 guitars a night, but who wants to carry 8 guitars to a gig? Or have the room for 8 guitars? I think the most I ever take is 4. Primary, a backup for the primary, 1 in open tuning, and an acoustic, if it's needed. By the way, thanks again for the thumbs ups, guys. I see them just every once in a while. So yeah, that's what's going on there. We got a half hour in. All right. I'm not going to go too long, but I want to make it at least some length of time too, because I know there's certain folks that only jump in on this. So, like Simon, it's kind of hard for him to jump in on, you know, when it's what, midnight, 1 in the morning on a weeknight when Canucks with Guitars comes on or something like that, or. And if I go on super early in the day, then how much difference does upgraded electronics wiring actually make to the sound of a guitar? Quite a bit. Quite a bit. And that's just, again, just my opinion. But figure cheap wire is cheap wire. Cheap solder is cheap solder. Like solder is a huge thing. Making those crucial contacts between component to component, right? Wire to component. Good solder. Good pots. My gosh. Yes. Pots do make a difference. Capacitors, you know, like you always hear about the nice orange drop capacitors and stuff. Richie and I were talking about that for the rewire of the Chibson, you know, because it's got cheap pots and wiring in it. So, whereas when we've been working on the rewire of the 71 Tele, you know, for a guitar that's almost 50 years old, and you move the switch, you know, that's pickup slight, and it's click, click. Especially when we had it out of the guitar, you can hear it. I knew where it was. I think it's actually in here. Let's take a look and say, yeah, here it is. You know me, I always have my handy dandy backpack. Yeah, like, I'm sure you guys can hear that. Like it's just snap, snap, snap. And like this is in, that's the original switch out of the 71 telly. And sorry, you know, like the so-called stainless is the most tarnished part, but the contacts are still great. It was, I can't see it because my eyes are terrible. Yeah, there's a patent number, made in USA. You know, and that's why a lot of the things are good with. Hey, Randall Fisher's in the house. Did I miss? Oh, cool. Right on, right on. Yeah, that's a big thing. Component quality, and the sad part is you can't get super good components anymore, right? Like as far as I know, like I'm sure there's, I don't know, can you buy a switch like this that isn't made in China these days? You know, so what I'm saying is, you know, we got your Chinese, your Indonesian, your Mexican, your Japanese plants all building Fender products. And, you know, in the US build, but like a pickup selector switch, how much better is the one in the American than, say, a Squire? Like, I'm sure it's going to be somewhat better than the Squire, but, you know, like your nice, affordable line, really how much difference is a pickup selector? Because I'm pretty sure they're all built in China. You know, it's like tubes, right? You can't buy American or North American made tubes. Because, you know, I don't care if it's built in the US or Canada. Same thing as far as manufacturer quality. And even into Mexico, like now, they've been doing so much manufacturing down there now to American spec, or, you know what I mean, American spec, because of NAFTA, you have to. You know, you want to do free trade back and forth? Well, you got to bring a product to the table that's comparable, right? So, there's a little rant. We got 10 people watching, 6 thumbs ups. Thank you very much. Does that mean I'm batting 600% or 60% or whatever? Yeah, so wiring, switches, pots, definitely pots, caps, all makes a difference. How well the guitar is grounded. I'm a firm believer in putting in that grounding tape, even though they use grounding paint inside guitars. I like that grounding tape. Like, you know, you can solder a wire right to it, make good solid connection, and it cleans up the sound of those guitars ridiculously. You know, the copper shielding, like I know what copper insulation does. You know, I used to work on military base here in town in the radio division, and we had one of those copper cages. Like it was a room inside a room made of copper mesh. And literally, you know, you can stand in outside the doorway, cell phone, you know, whatever bars, and just, and it's a, and then as soon as the door closes, there goes your last bar. It's crazy. But it works. So I like that, and that's what made me. And then you see a lot of the repair channels like doing the like copper foil in the pickup cavities and stuff. And I can't see why not, especially older instruments. So like two of the main repair guys I watch are Dave's World of Fun Stuff, Dave Rioma out of Toronto, and Wedesso's Guitar Mods. That's Nelson out of Ottawa. I like them both. So yes. Any other questions you guys have? Apparently you're asking the right ones today. Wait, actually I'm supposed to have a bridge in for my 71 telly. I'm replacing the bridge on it with a modern bridge. Getting rid of the old triple double setup and replacing it with 6 modern saddles, sort of a Strat style. But still on the big piece, you know, it's got the big plate. You see them on the newer tellies, you know, 6 saddles, big plate, no sides, just has the hook up on the back. Hey, BV Ninja's in the house. What's up, BV? So yeah, looking forward to that. Finally, we got Rich's in a month ago, and I ordered both of ours the same day. But I guess Fender ran out of parts, so we had to wait for the next shipment to come in from overseas, I guess. So, be glad to get that. You know, we've finish up the rewire. We just kind of put the project on hold for now. The nuts getting installed as well. All kinds of stuff. BV, we meet again. All right, so where were you guys hanging out earlier? Because I'm always looking for new channels to follow. Our middle stage, you guys were talking about that the other day, about different channels you follow. Man, Tone Talk was awesome the other night. You know, can't lie about that. Seymour Duncan, that was awesome. You know, Johnny Bean, Joe Wentz, our metal stage. Who? Tone King. Hanging out on Steve from Boston's last night. I always enjoyed it. He's pretty much a straight shooter, you know. He does not care. You know, Shane from In the Blues. He's always good. You guys have him coming up soon, don't you, Sinner? Pete Thorne. I haven't watched as much of Pete Thorne's stuff, but I've seen him on other people's stuff. But definitely, I have to check out more of his stuff. Like I see him on Tone Talk and stuff like that. I'm definitely aware of him. You know, you got to be aware of your fellow Canadians in the world. Actually, need to get him and Phil X a couple Canucks with guitar shirts. That's what we need to do. Because they are definitely a couple of Canucks with guitars. Yeah, who else? Who else watch? Phil McKnight when he does his stuff. It's weird. Some of the channels that you go on in the chat, you know, it's like almost the channels get too big and the chat's just a blur. Like Robert Baker, I've watched him on stuff and I like his, you know, he's a great player, don't get me wrong. But I go in his chat and I figure, you know, it'd be something like what we do, you know, like all of the channels that most of us hang out on together. But all it was is just people shouting requests at him. What's that, BB? What does the EJ land? I didn't quite catch that. Oh, Eric Johnson, duh. It was 2,600 Canadian was the street on it. So that'd be about $2,000 US. Basically the same price as an Elite Strat. So, yeah, because I'm pretty sure Elite Strat's about 2,600 here. Yeah, I need to finish that Tone Talk. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It only went a couple hours, so it wasn't too crazy. I've been binge watching Tone Talk lately because I think Mark and David do a great job, and Mark's a great guy. And I've hung out with him in chats and stuff, and I've watched a bit of stuff. But yeah, one of his episodes, like I can put that on when I open up the shop during the day, and I just pause it when customers come in, and it's good for a day or two. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good stuff. Wow, Phil had what now? Did I see it say 1,000 watching? I wouldn't put it past him. Hey, Showman, good to see you. 1,300 watching, couldn't get a word in, no doubt. Yeah. I'm not taking any requests today, sorry. My fingers are pretty raw after playing for 4 hours earlier. Seymour was in terrific form, and yeah, and I liked the way that they were interacting in the chat. That was really cool. Just got up from my daylight savings nap. Yeah, I was at band practice for 1 p.m. I should switch to a gamer channel. It's a good one, Sinner. Well, do you want 100,000 followers in a week, right? Play a video game on here? That's what it seems to be. Whereas us little guitar channels. Although, geez, our middle stage, have you guys... Man, you guys got some serious subs going on there. Every time I look up, I swear you got 50 more than yesterday. Keep up the great work. Obviously, you're doing something right. Yeah. So, yeah, we had practice from 1. It was supposed to be till 6. Ended up stopping at 5, so it wasn't too bad. But, yeah. I haven't had a band practice in about a week and a half, and all of a sudden, boom, 4 hours of playing. Man, yeah, my back's sore. My fingers are pretty chewed up. So, played some new stuff. And we even started a new cover today and then went over a bunch of original stuff, which was fun. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but we'll see what we do. So, yeah. Yeah, I wish that someone would have asked if me or made a pickup for Randy Rhodes, but the chat room moves so fast. I wouldn't doubt, because I'm pretty sure Grover and Seymour knew each other. Who knows? Could have had DiMarzio's in. I don't know. I don't know what Randy had in his Les Paul. If they might have even been stock too. Crazy. But yeah, good stuff. Watch the Grover Jackson one too. I think that was their first episode of Tone Talk. Here we are. Watch our show to talk about Tone Talk. But that was great, the stories. It's the parade of wrenches. Yeah, well, I like giving out wrenches, people keep watching and stuff like that. So I'm not giving everyone out. I got to space it out a bit. So wouldn't doubt BV if you're on the next round. So have to. The Russians like me. So if you guys, I don't know if you've watched Sunday chats, and sometimes when I go live during the week, it seems to be earlier in the day, go figure, you'll see a few of those nasty people come up in here. Yeah, not too bad. But yeah, my index finger is pretty chewed up. So yeah, we've had some of those, unsavory types that like to come in and cause a ruckus in here. Therefore, we needed wrenches. And the last time it happened, I was smart enough. I had my laptop go. Well, it was at work, so yeah, I had a laptop going, so I could see the chat, no problem. Rather than because it fades on here. And so I brought up the analytics, and if you bring up the real-time you can see country of origin. You can't see exact locations or anything of all the views. And let's be honest, this channel, it's mostly Canadians that watch it, second to Americans. And then we have a bunch of folks in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, the Commonwealth. But then all of a sudden, boom, you start getting hits from Russia. So I take it as a flattery. I expect Russian trolls to disrupt whatever political races, we'll say, or whatever, just general day-to-day. For them to take the time to mess with little old me, yay, I'm doing something right. The Russians don't like me. I don't care. Oh, I don't mind, because every time they click in to do a little something, it's another view count. It's all content. All they're doing is helping our channel by jumping in. Boom, boom, boom. Then YouTube's like, oh, look, Ben here's got extra views. Why is that? Well, they think, oh, he's getting popular. Nope. That's possible too. Could be a browser that can't be tracked. But it was interesting seeing all the hits out of Russia. Whatever. Besides, it gives you guys wrenches something to do. You get to play Asteroids, shooting off messages and this and that, right? So I always call it playing Asteroids. So yeah, other than that, not a whole lot. The rest of the day, have some dinner once I get off with you guys. Pretty starved. And then watch the NASCAR races from the weekend that I've recorded, because as you guys know, I'm a NASCAR fan. That's what Sundays are for. You gig Friday night, Saturday night, and you recuperate on Sunday by watching the races. I don't know if there's any other race fans out there or not. Simon might be, based in the UK, may like his open wheel stuff, or British touring car perhaps, who knows. Sinner, you're a Michigan guy. You car guy at all? This weekend went by like a rocket. Well, yeah, tell me about I haven't worked since Wednesday. I was nice off the bosses because as you guys probably know, I work every other weekend. So as a little makeup for it, once a month or so, they will give me a 3-day weekend or a 4-day weekend. Not into cars, Sinner says. Yeah. I grew up around, my dad's a car guy and a musician, right? Rockabilly music and hot rods, so. Walking Dead, yeah, I remember you were talking about that, I think, on a podcast. I'm not into zombies. Just not, it's not my thing, but whatever. I know it's popular. So it's very cool. Just not my bag. So yeah, I'll watch some racing, have some leftover pizza from last night, or possibly meatloaf. I saw some meatloaf action going on too. I love me some meatloaf with some TJ's barbecue sauce. You're like, what's TJ's barbecue sauce? Well, that's my buddy TJ that makes his own barbecue sauce down in North Carolina. He does those barbecue competitions and stuff, and he makes some of the best barbecue sauce I've ever tasted in my life. And every year when I go down on vacation, he'll send back a few bottles of barbecue sauce with me, and I put that stuff on everything. Steak, TJ's barbecue sauce. Hot dog, sure. Prime rib, why not? Showman, I haven't played enough this week and need to practice the rest of the evening. Nice. Nice, nice. Ooh. Well, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? If not, I may wrap this up. Purely up to you guys. Everyone's still saying hey to each other. Well, I guess I can't end things if you guys are still saying hey to each other. You know, otherwise it looks like you're social, right? You leave someone out. I'm kidding. So yeah, we covered the little nut slot thing for R2 because I wanted to do that. Talked about practice. Talked about the reviews. Yeah, so a few pedals. I'll get those up very soon. Let me think. Yeah, like one will be up, I don't know, within 10 minutes of me finishing this. Like enough time for me to go, grab a bite to eat, make a plate of food, and then fire up the laptop and publish. And then let's see, the second one started uploading, because we're uploading them in HD, so they take forever in a day. I was checking every break during band practice. Yes, thank you, Showman. Yeah, everyone hit that thumb. Yeah, we started uploading the second video, so that should be uploaded another hour or two. F1, yeah, BB. I love F1 for the technical side of things. Yeah, maybe the other one might get uploaded tonight, so I'll have it up tomorrow morning. Well, it depends on if Rich can get it and he remembers to keep uploading. I don't know. I gotta remind the boy everyone. It's funny because you guys know we hang out on YouTube all the time, so I always have my channel open on the screen in case somebody comments or something, and then I can return it, you know, or check it out, whatever, you know, just day to day have it running. And I'll say, boom, new video is being uploaded. I'm like, oh, all right, it's first, you know, review it. Richie's got it uploaded, and then I'll get a text. So I'm uploading the first vid. It's like, yeah, I know, I got YouTube open. Then a couple of, you know, a few hours later, second one's, yeah, I know. So, yeah, we'll get that taken care of. So, anyways, guys, I appreciate everyone tuning in and hanging out. It's awesome as always. It's always a pleasure talking with everybody. And on that note, I think I'm going to wrap things up. I want everyone to have a good rest of their weekend. What's left? We got a few hours left before we all back to Monday tomorrow. So, you know, be happy, be safe, love one another, and we'll talk to you all soon. Until that, it's time. Cheers.